Welcome to the Cardinal Chatter podcast. We are your hosts, Cully Anderson.
I'm Lewis Kinnaman. The Cardinals had a very eventful week in clubs and athletics, and I believe they had basketball on Tuesday, and I'm not sure if they lost, Cully.
They played Elk Mound and lost 45-57. It was a good game, though. We will be bringing in Rory Zulsdorf for an interview about the game on Tuesday.
We're here with Rory, and how does the team feel after the first game of the season?
It was definitely a tough loss, but we took it as a learning opportunity for next time.
And what was the team able to learn, take away from this game? How will it affect how you play as a team in the next game?
Just spacing and being more confident in each other. Yeah.
All right. And when is your guys' next game, and who do you play?
Our next game is on Friday against Hudson, at Hudson.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Rory, for being a part of the podcast and letting us interview you. And now we will be talking about the up-and-coming dance season. We will be bringing in Daisy and Claire to talk about it.
We are here with Claire and Daisy, and how do you guys feel your season will go as it's coming up soon?
I think we're feeling pretty good. We have 2 big competitions coming up to start the season off.
We've been practicing a lot, so we're feeling pretty prepared, and we're just excited to get going with comps and stuff.
And then what are your goals and things you're looking forward to as you start this year's season?
I think a big goal for the team is like the team bond, just to keep it strong and make sure that we all have a good time.
We have a pretty big team this year, so that's super exciting. So using that to our advantage and really practicing hard so we can get good results, which hopefully we continue to do throughout the year. Yeah.
Thank you, Daisy and Claire, for being a part of our interview. And now on to our clubs. One Act leaves on Friday for state that they have on Saturday.
They will be having a home showing of their play on Sunday. Choir had a concert on Thursday at 7, and it went well.
And now on to our clubs. Guys Read, Writer's Block, National History Day, Inclusivity Club, and Student Council. We will be interviewing Miss Simon and Katie Hoopert for those.
And also Mr. Figgy for the Inclusivity Club. Okay, we are here with Miss Simon, and we're going to talk about Guys Read, Writer's Block, and National History Day. Our first question is, can you tell us a little about each club and how you became a member of each one?
Okay, so we have 2 book-related clubs that we run, Guys Read and our regular book club. You can sign up in the library, email me, let me know. You can join at any time. We run them very flexible. They're very flexible. If you don't want to read the book this month, you don't have to. If you don't want to come to the meeting, you don't have to. Guys Read is what they call in Library World passive programming. We just pick a book that we think guys will like, and then I email everybody, let them know the book is there, and they come down and get the book. Book club is a little more formal. We meet on Mondays during Cardinal time to discuss the books that we're reading. Writer's Block also can take new members at any time. They come down during Cardinal time, and basically it's a time and a place for them to write creative stuff, anything they want to write. And we generally read each other's writing. Sometimes people have questions. I try to provide a writing prompt every Monday. That group has a lot of fun. And then National History Day, you could still potentially join if you wanted, if you let me know really quickly. This year's theme is Rights and Responsibilities in History. We do a couple kind of fun events. We went to the History Center a week or so ago, but mostly the kids are just researching and working on their projects right now.
Yeah.
What book is your guys' club reading, and what is it about?
Right now, the Guys Club is reading Sky's End. It is a story. It's kind of a fantasy dystopian story that takes place, I'd say, in an alternate world. They live on clouds of like atomic residue. Like basically the world's over and they are living in this world up in the sky, and there are dragons and it's high action. I think it's going to be a really good new fantasy series.
Okay. And then When is the National Histories Day competition, and how are you preparing for that?
So the competition is it's the week after spring break this year. And the students, what they do is they pick an idea in history that they like, and then they mold it to the theme. Pretty much all the groups have done that, and now they're just doing a lot of research and starting to write the project. When that's done, then they'll put it into whatever format they're going to share it. So they can do a video, a website, an exhibit, a paper, or a performance.
Yeah.
Are there any fun things coming up in the library in the near future?
Yes, right now you should stop down. We have our Wicked display up, and we are doing a contest for tickets to the movie theater. And then next week we're going to do a turkey hunt, and I have some fun prizes planned for that. And then we have a gingerbread activity that we're going to do the first week in December.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you. That was Miss Simon for Guys Read, Writer's Block, and National History Day. Now we will be moving on to Katie for Student Council.
We are here with Katie, and she is here to talk about Student Council. What are the things you hope to improve on this year, and how have you been working to improve them?
We really want to promote school unity, so we try to create events where people can work together and use teamwork to build bonds and friendships.
Great. What are some things you have been working on this year, and what have you accomplished that you are proud of so far?
Well, the student council sent in a letter to the newspaper about the referendum, and the referendum got passed, so we're extremely grateful for that.
What are some things that the student council is planning to do the rest of this year?
Well, we got Spring Fling and Winterfest coming up this year, so I'm hoping it can be a doozy this year and we can play some more Paranoia and unite the school as one.
That was Katie Hoopert for Student Council, and next up is Mr. Figgy for Inclusivity Club. Okay, we are here with Mr. Figgy, and we have a few questions about the Inclusivity Club. What do you do to promote inclusivity?
I think that's really tough because there are a lot of different types of inclusivity. In the past few years, one of the things we did was we actually promoted the creation of a student inclusivity group. They actually self-titled themselves the Inclusivity Club. And along with them, they've taken on a lot of projects to try and make students feel more comfortable in the school. Initiatives that would give students who might have not found a niche, a sport, an activity yet to participate in something. We also have a staff connections group, and so we're always looking for ways to try and promote inclusivity or remove barriers to people feeling included in school. And so this could be within classes and content. It could be trying to expand out activities, arts, and athletics. But really it's about having conversations with people and trying to identify areas where people feel like we have gaps and students who need to find connections in school.
Okay.
How do you think the Inclusivity Club has benefited the student body over the past few years? How do you plan to continue impacting and changing the amount of inclusivity in the school?
Two good questions. The Inclusivity Club has been phenomenal because largely it is student-driven and student-led. And I would say they started their focus just on the high school itself, or at least that was the impetus that created them. But even in their first year, they were hosting events for elementary students and middle school students. They hosted game nights. They tried to connect with the community. They did things that were fundraisers and then took that fundraised money and put it back into what I would call just initiatives of goodwill, initiatives that allowed people to celebrate other students. What will we continue to do? I think it's just continuing to analyze where we still have opportunities to grow. Recently, we looked at some curriculum and some things that were going on in a couple of classes that some students were feeling like maybe ostracized them from their identity. And so we just had conversations that we started around how do we address those things in the class? How do we make it feel like it's a welcoming place for all students? And I think those are the big conversations to continue to have with staff and students included.
Yeah. Thank you everyone in the clubs for the interviews.
There was a lot of good knowledge learned about everyone in their clubs. And also it is finals week. And I believe Monday it's first hour, third hour, and fifth hour. And then Tuesday it's second, fourth, and sixth hour.
This week was our last week, or our last full week of the try. And Thanksgiving and Black Friday are coming up, and the hunting season. So lots of students will be gone.
Thank you for listening to the Cardinal Chatter podcast.
We will be back in a few weeks. We won't be back next week because of the short week.